Last year we saw the SLGA015 Black Stream released, and it was a huge step forward for Grand Seiko with a beautiful black wave texture dial and a significant taper in the bracelet, amongst other features. And this year, a new version has been released in blue, and although it is the same one, but just in a different color, the dial has actually been given a name, which is Ushio, meaning tide. And that is where this watch gets its name from. This really is the same watch as the SLGA015, but in blue. So let's find out today if just changing the color on it will make this piece even more attractive. What's up everyone, it's Chris with the Little Treasury channel. Welcome back. This is where we bring you original and in-depth watch content at least once per week. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be alerted as soon as we upload. I'm from Little Treasury Jewelers, which is located in Gambrills, Maryland. And it's where you go when you're in the know. As always, the watches that I review are for sale and can be purchased, so please see the description below to contact us. If you're just joining us now, I'll go over the watch's detailed measurements and features, and then I'll offer my personal opinion at the end. In our last video, I reviewed the Longines 39mm Zulu timer, which really seems to be a great size for this piece proportionally. I highly recommend checking this one out if you are after a GMT piece that will be a great fit for smaller wrists. Wrist check time. Today I'm wearing my Grand Seiko SPGA211 Snowflake, which is still a fantastic choice as a first Grand Seiko watch, since it has the spring drive movement, a nicely textured dial, a titanium case and bracelet, which are all great facets of Grand Seiko. Now tell me which watch you're wearing while you're watching the video, and make sure to tell me why. Now let's get on to the features. The SLGA023 Ushio has a 44.7mm case width, including the crown guard, a 14mm thickness, a 51mm lug-to-lug, a 22.8mm lug width, a 32.2mm crystal diameter, and weighs in at 148.37 grams. The case is the Evolution 9 series and is made out of high-intensity titanium, which is an alloy of titanium, niobium, and iron, and is approximately 100 Vickers harder than stainless steel and 30% lighter. It has wide, thin lugs with brushed finish tops, a stripe of high polish going along the edge, and more matte finish on the sides. The crown guard was designed to prevent catching on clothes or equipment and is seamlessly integrated into the case, with a robust screw-down crown at the 3 position with the GS logo at the tip. When you unscrew it, you will see a red indicator on the stem telling you to close it right now. The sapphire crystal has a beveled edge to it, and the bezel has a brushed finish reminiscent of the Birch Evolution 9 models on the edges and teeth. I'm proud to say that this Grand Seiko has a ceramic blue bezel insert with white markers, which we rarely saw before because Grand Seiko wanted to make sure that the ceramic bezel that they use was extremely resistant to shattering, which now they figured out a structure on the underside of this one that does just that. The crystal sits flush with the bezel and does not protrude. Now let's check out that bezel action. I really like this bezel. It has great resistance, it has nice clicks, and that unique Seiko noise that we all love. This is a very good bezel. The dial has a textured wave pattern, which is made in the same technique as the Lake Suwa SLGA007, but this one has more waves and represents the Ushio or tide of the Kuroshio current. The markers are in all high polish with lume in the center, and at the 12 position is a split fan style, with round markers for the others besides a rectangle for the 6 and 9 positions. The chapter ring does not have a texture and has white markers for the minutes. The GS logo and Grand Seiko can be found at the top middle portion in white. The hour hand is a fountain pen style, and the minute hand is a large arrow, with a simple reverse lollipop style second hand all in silver tone. The power reserve indicator can be found at the left middle portion and has a silver toned hand with 3 white and 2 gray ascending divisions that each represent 1 full day of power. And on this piece, full power is at the top instead of the bottom that you're used to seeing on the other spring drive models. The date window can be found at the 3 position and has a white frame with a white background and black numerals. It has a white pip of lume to the right of it for ISO compliance. Spring drive, 5 days, and 200M can be found at the bottom middle portion in white. Lume can be found vividly applied on all dial markers, including a pip to the right of the date, the hour, minute, and second hands, and on the pip of the bezel. The case back is closed and is very simple with the Grand Seiko lion logo right in the center. The movement is the brand new 9RA5, which is a super version of the spring drive with a power reserve on the front instead of the back, like the 9RA2. Not only is it more accurate at losing or gaining 10 seconds a month instead of the typical 15, it has a 5-day power reserve, which is significantly more than the other spring drive models. Grand Seiko has grown and selected the most stable quartz crystals possible for this movement and aged the crystals for 3 months, and uses a sophisticated thermocompensator that checks and adjusts for changes in temperature 540 times per day to achieve this crazy accuracy. This movement is more shock resistant than before, has 38 joules, dual-sized barrels, and an offset magic lever to make it thinner. It also utilizes dual barrels to achieve the 120 hours of power reserve. If you aren't familiar with the spring drive, it is basically a spring-powered movement that is regulated by a quartz crystal and uses an electromagnetic braking system. The bracelet is in the Evolution 9 style and is matte finished, but has a much more aggressive taper than what comes on the Birch, which makes it even more comfortable on the wrist. The bracelet is designed to allow more airflow than the Birch, which is achieved by cavities in the underside, and has GS casts into the locking flap. It has pushers to open it. It has 4 clicks of spring bar micro adjust, and it has a spring-loaded ratcheting micro adjust on the opposite side that you just push the locking flap forward to use. The Grand Seiko SLGA023 Ushio is 200 meter water resistant and can be yours for $11,600. Now for my personal opinion. So I really love the SLGA015 because of all of the upgrades they made to it with the movement, the dial, the ceramic bezel, and the tapered bracelet, to name a few things. But honestly, this one does even more for me. This blue isn't a bright or vivid blue. It's kind of like the blue on the SLGA019, which I really like. The dial on this one is where it really stands out though, because the texture on the SLGA015 actually looks like a decal at times versus an actual texture. And this one really feels like it has more depth and stands out more. This watch is great all around and is very comfortable to wear with an excellent tapered bracelet with a micro adjust. And it is light, but it isn't too light really. It still has heft to it, unlike a snowflake or a spring that's just light as a feather. This movement is also a great reason to love this piece, because how can you not love a 5-day, 10-second per month accurate spring drive? That is insane, my friends. So I'll go ahead and recommend this piece to anyone who is after a really special top-tier diver that not only looks great, but it performs great too. Thanks for watching today, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you did, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share with all of your friends and your family members too. I look forward to seeing you next video.